Hello, I'm Dr. Bruce Perler, and this is a Society for Vascular Surgery briefing about how to successfully publish. Writing a publishable paper requires having a passion for the task and compulsive attention to detail. First, you have to know the subject. You're the expert writing to enlighten us. Before writing a word, you should review the literature. What is your paper going to contribute? What is novel? You should strive for excellence in every component of the manuscript, from the title to the references. Each of these components will be scrutinized by reviewers and editors. The title should be as succinct as possible, declarative, and accurately communicate the message of the manuscript. You want to grab their attention, communicate the message of the paper in a phrase, but not overstate what the paper has to offer. The abstract is exceedingly important. It should comprehensively summarize the content of the paper and be internally consistent with what's in the body of the manuscript. The introduction of the paper should be brief. It should tell the reader why the subject is important and state your hypothesis or goal of the study. The study design and methodology should be appropriate to answer the hypothesis of the study. The statistical methods used are especially important. Don't hesitate to consult a trained statistician to review your statistical methods and serve as a co-author if appropriate. Many papers ultimately are rejected because of fatal flaws in the statistical methodology. The figures and tables should enhance the message of the paper. Avoid redundancy. They should not reiterate what's in the text, but rather amplify it. The discussion section represents your last chance to convince the editor to publish your paper. It should be thorough, but not excessively wordy. It should summarize the message of the paper and the importance of the subject matter. It's the section where you interpret your findings and integrate your study into what's been previously published and deliver the take-home message. In both basic science and clinical studies, the discussion section is where you should acknowledge any limitations of the study. This can head off potential criticisms by the reviewers and editors and enhance the likelihood of getting the paper published. The conclusion should not reiterate all the findings of the paper, but rather summarize in a sentence or two the take-home message. It should answer the hypothesis posed at the outset. Finally, your reference list will also be scrutinized. You don't need to include every paper published on the subject. Include the most up-to-date as well as seminal publications, and be careful not to omit any classic papers on the subject. I hope this information is helpful to you. Now get to work. I look forward to reading your submissions to the Journal of Vascular Surgery.
This briefing is made possible by a grant from Cook Medical. To learn more about vascular health, visit vascularweb.org.